So I wanted to do a follow-up video to the 3-on-3 and the reason that I'm an advocate for the 3-on-3 model in youth sports. And the follow-up video really has to do with one of the big questions I got when I was working with this other school, and it was, how do you create some kind of continuity or what you're doing at the youth level so it trickles up into your middle school or your high school level. And I wanted to share a few things that we do in our program. The first thing is, at the beginning of each season, we have our varsity players come in on a Saturday and we hold a youth coaches clinic. We invite all the youth coaches from our area. There are two other areas that are also involved in our youth kind of program. We partner with those communities. So we invite those coaches in as well. And for about 60 to 90 minutes, I'll run our players through drills. We'll answer questions. I'll just show them some things that they're going to run into when they're coaching their team. Because you got to remember, a lot of these youth coaches are just moms and dads. Some have played basketball, maybe in high school. Every once in a while, you get somebody who played in college. Most of them haven't coached at all, though. And if they have, maybe it's another sport, so it doesn't always translate into the sport that they're coaching now. So we hold that youth coaches clinic, and that's been a big way to get our coaches teaching things that are important to our program. So things that we want to emphasize and we want to make sure the kids kind of grow up in. Now, most of it is your basic dribbling, shooting, passing, all of those fundamental skills. But we show them small-sided games, we show them on-air drills, we show them one-on-one drills, two-on-two drills, just a lot of different things. We also give them a coach's packet, so whether they can make it to that or not, we give a coach's packet out to each of the coaches so that they can see different small-sided games, they can have different drills, or they can reference the one that they've seen, and they can take it with them and use it. I'll also hand out a few practice plans. So they're 1-hour practice plans. Most of the time our youth practices are just held for 60 minutes. So I break it down for them, and we give them the tools that they can go, whether they've ever played before or not, they've ever coached before or not, they can have the tools necessary to go into practice and feel confident in teaching the skills. And I don't expect them all to be able to teach every skill perfectly, but they can go in and we know that the kids are getting the right drills and the right small-sided games so that they can improve from where they're at right now. I'll also offer to go to practices, so every once in a while a youth coach will ask, hey, can you come to practice, and I'll help run practice, or I'll help watch and answer questions. We also have a great staff that's willing to do that. So if I can't make it, one of the other members of our staff, one of our lower level coaches, will get out and do that. So those are all ways that we try to empower our youth coaches. Now, in terms of how do we get our youth players and coaches tied into the program, our varsity players are the ones who will referee the games. Every Saturday when they have games, we go and we have a kind of a 20-minute practice. Our varsity players lead that practice, and then they referee the games after that. So they have an hour time slot. 20 minutes is roughly practice time, and then 40 minutes of it is game time. Every week has a different emphasis, and this would be kind of a fourth thing that we do for the coaches, is we give them a different emphasis every week so they know what to work on. We also ask our varsity players to emphasize that same thing in their 20-minute kind of skill work that they're doing before the games. So they're hitting it a couple of times, and it's a great way for the kids to interact with our varsity players. So that's how it kind of all ties in together, and we engage the parents, we engage the players, or we engage the youth coaches with our coaching staff and with our varsity players to try to make it just a great experience for everybody. Going back to why I'm a huge advocate of it, I think everything that I just kind of shared with tying it all together supports all of those things. It supports more kids playing in the game, it supports more kids enjoying and having fun, and it supports player development. So we want all of those things. We want to empower our youth coaches to be able to do that. So coaches, I want to know how you empower your coaches. Is there something you do specifically at your youth level that maybe I didn't share, or something that just a different idea? I'd love to hear about it, whether you're on coachmattdennis.com or you're on one of the social media sites. Leave a comment. Let me know some things that you do in your youth program so that maybe there's something that I can learn and I can add to mine. I'm always looking to make things better. So I appreciate you watching this, and until next time, Coach, see ya.